Alright, y'all, Lady Cop Block. I am downtown on 7th Avenue and Thomas. This is like a lawyer building, but it's also military recruitment. I walked up to the door, asked the receptionist there if it was publicly accessible. She said it was not. She also stated I couldn't have firearms, even though there's nothing posted that says you can't have it, that's backed up by a statute. I wasn't about to go in and try to push that envelope. I don't need the FBI and everybody showing up over some stupid shit. So I'm just going to walk around the publicly accessible areas, just double check it and see. Cool restaurant right here. There was a cheesesteak restaurant where I actually got myself a cheesesteak. Couple looky-loos checking me out, seeing what's going on here. Visitors must enter through the loading dock. So this must be the backside of that specific area there. Just looking, seeing what I can see. So I was at the front of the lobby where this receptionist was right there, sitting there, that told me I couldn't come in with a firearm. Even though, as you can see, nothing here states that. Just says you have to enter through the front. Face coverings, they're recommended, but of course, they're not regulated. So nothing they can say about that if you walk in without one. I do know, depending on the floor, you've got different areas, so kind of cool. I mean, it's a really cool building. I love all that. And I'm sure, most of the personnel eat here. Probably there's a Thai restaurant over here. There's an actual cheesesteak place. I think there's a Starbucks on the other side of this building. Really good places to eat. I think the Edgemont is a restaurant cafe kind of thing. A lot of military people in there eating. Probably able to have their lunch not too far away from work. So hoping the food is good. Probably is. So a couple other buildings. 2700 Central. Cool. That's a cool. You see that painting right there? That's really cool. It's probably oil. So again, just walking around the publicly accessible areas. I don't want anybody getting wigged out. Military people walking through here. Government civilians walking through. Architecture is really nice. Carport right next to the building. So down here between Thomas and Central, they've got the parking structures, which is really nice for you to be able to park. You don't have to walk that far. You also don't have to pay for parking, which is really nice. So this is the other side of the building. Really kind of cool. Evidently people are very uncomfortable with being filmed, which is not my problem. I'm not trying to film anybody individually, just trying to get some footage and check out how cool this stuff is. I'm looking all the way up. I mean, ridiculous how big these buildings are. That's cool. So, that's kind of cute little sit area. Almost looks like it should be a jacuzzi. That would be cool. Kind of hang out there in the water. These little sit-in areas. I'm sure they're not real comfortable during the day, but it's nice to be able to sit there at night. So we'll just keep walking down here, this other building here, see what we can see. Just get some film. These buildings are actually really, really cool. Some of the older architecture they've kept intact and kind of revamped it. Like this is it says it's U-Haul International, U-Haul Towers. I don't remember, man. It's been so long since I've been down this side of town. I don't remember if that means that those are apartments, storage structures. Not really sure. Maybe they are. Maybe they're apartments owned by U-Haul Corporation. You know, things of that nature. So it looks like the employee kitchen right there. Security guard over there. This says Maricopa County Library. Capital Partners. Professionally managed. Thank you for not smoking within 50 feet. Nothing again about firearms. So I'm kind of curious. I don't see anything that indicates that. So what I'm concerned with is what happens if I walk in here. Does somebody tell me I can't be in here? Do they call reinforcements? Like a bunch of weenies? Or, you know, what happens? So let's go back over towards the military side because I want to see what happens there.
Howdy.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
I'm not coming out to bug you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make my way.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. I was just looking. I was at the other building, and the receptionist there said that you can't be in there with firearms, but there's no sign.
Oh, our building, yes, you can.
There's a library in here, right?
No, they moved.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just haven't been down here in so long. I used to work down the street at one of the buildings down the street, and I love the architecture. So I come down, check everything out, but when I walked over there, I just peeked in the door. And she says, well, it's law offices and military. You're not supposed to have firearms. I said, well, you should have a sign posted with the statute because otherwise it's not illegal. You know what I mean? It's policy.
Right,
not
because it's a open carry state.
Exactly.
Unless they have it posted. You
Right.
can go in.
Right.
Like a lot of banks don't even have it posted.
Right. And I'm not trying to make any trouble.
No.
You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is I wanted to walk in and I just wanted to walk around the publicly accessible area.
Yeah.
And,
But because that is also considered a military base, they can't turn you away.
But military bases also have federal laws that they have to put too. Like if I was to go down to Luke or, you know what I mean, to the gate, it would tell me that.
Yeah.
So
it should by all rights have it on that gate.
right. See, and
On that door.
there she that's her right there. So all I did was just walk around, and just kind of check stuff out because I know, a lot of the military members eat here because it's close.
Oh, sure.
Nice
sure.
to be parked and
Yeah.
be able to not have to pay for parking literally because it's probably included in what you get, which is what we used to have. So it's nice.
It is nice.
And convenient. And there's a lot of places that are on this street that I have eaten. The cheesesteak place right here.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my God, ridiculous.
But don't get over there and rock and roll.
Is that a bar?
It's both.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And
Bar food is bar food.
well, they have takeout and you sit down, but the food, they took over that place from another one.
Yeah.
They did not change anything on the menu, and to me,
I'm sure it's like going into the taverns. You used to be able to go into the taverns and get gizzards and livers and stuff that was good, JoJo's,
So
but not the
bland.
other type of food, right?
It
So
is
they
just
probably
so-
have really good drinks. They probably just
Yes.
don't have good food. So I get that.
Yeah.
And I would never go into a bar to get food unless I knew I had been to that place and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're familiar with
Yeah,
it. And
exactly.
I'm not a drinker, so I don't have to do it. Okay, so I guess I'm going to walk in there and I just want to see what she's going to say. If there's somebody that comes out to talk to me, that would be awesome. Is it okay if I put you on film just to get your name for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
All right.
No, you know what? You can't
What?
put me on because I'm on duty.
No, it's okay. You're in public. So
Oh,
if you're in
okay.
public, it's okay.
Okay.
And all I want to do is just make sure that I spoke to a person that actually does know the law.
Yes,
So can I
yes.
have your just your first name?
Valerie.
Valerie. My name's Christina. So
to
thank
meet
you. I appreciate you
Yeah.
talking to me, and I appreciate you going over this. So I guess we're going to see what old girl says here when I come back in the building.
Well, like I said, because it is considered military.
Yeah.
They may not let. They have every right to take.
Oh,
you, so-
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm not going to
But-
push the issue. I just want to see if they are familiar with.
I had one of my guards goes, "What's making me here with the gun?" I said, "It's open carry state. If you read your
Yeah.
orders, it says right there.
Right.
It's allowed."
Right. Yeah, and I know a lot of federal places like the post office, things of that nature. They've got signs up there, and they've got the statute with the sign. So I know, that it's not something, and it's not that you're trying to enforce that issue to do it. You want to make sure that they're aware of those laws and they're posting those laws so people do know. Otherwise, you don't.
That's why they have towing laws.
Right.
SR whatever.
Yep. Yep.
And you can't tow a car. You can't work on a car.
Yep.
In the garage.
I used to dispatch for a tow company for all the police departments too. So, thank you so much, Valerie. Have a good day. Thank you. All right, guys. So you heard it. She's a security guard at one of the buildings next door. So she basically knows the laws. So I'm not concerned about walking into this building now. Sorry. So I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna see what she says because she should know better. She should be looking at that. She basically said, well, I don't enforce that and that doesn't have anything to do with me, but it actually does because she is the person that is at that door. So she should be the one to know whether or not somebody can actually walk in or walk out. So I'm going to walk in and see what we can see, y'all. Be prepared. So I'm going to go live in about 2 seconds. So, Lady Cop walk out on this end.